One of the trend lines is the growth of the middle class. Very important to define the middle class properly, because the middle class are your clients, all of those who spoke before me. Also building on Zhao's, the middle class is your client, but sometimes even below the middle class. But we need to understand what is the middle class. And we define it as anybody who can spend $12 a day. That's like $350 a month. A family of 4, roughly $1,000 a month. Then you would say, well, $1,000 in Brazil is okay. It would be nice. $2,000 in the US is not much. We cater for this. There's a concept called purchasing power parity. So we make it comparable. So you can compare the $12 people in Brazil with those in Egypt, with those in Spain, because you buy different things. And to build that machine was a lot of work. Obviously, this chart is straightforward. But then by age, by gender, into the future, and to correct for the data errors. That's what we did the last 7 years, and that's why we're proud to partner with EBANX on some of the work, but also we have big clients in Paris, we partner with L'Oreal and with MasterCard, and we have base in Africa. So we have a team in Kenya, in Rwanda, and in Ghana, and my colleagues were actually just in Nigeria to launch a big jobs engagement in the builds of what Clarissa said. So these are the numbers, and please add them up, right? We are in this unique moment in the world, and we have never been there before, that those who are middle class and wealthy, upper class here, are more than half. And somehow in this world of a lot of crisis and headline stresses, even today, it's good to think of a trend line that shows you we reached a tipping point as a world. Not every country reached it, but for the first time ever, there's more people who are potential customers of Stripe, of EBANX, that can benefit from your service than not. But what I'll show you also is, and I'm sure what Eduardo will build on, is even here we can make progress. Obviously, we want to help jump people from poor to rich, or from poor to middle class, but also the poor can get services, and you are part of this journey. So these are our projections that we'll showcase to the world in the afternoon. We also have a partnership with Nielsen IQ, which is some of the big consumer insights data provider. And well, there's a few things interesting in this chart. One is it looks quite stable. Actually, every year, it's almost recurring. More people enter the middle class. And it's not because there's magic happening in countries like Egypt, but it's because some magic happened in the past. Better education, better healthcare, innovation, cell phone was mentioned, and people benefit from that directly or indirectly. And so what's special next year is we project actually it's the highest number ever in this decade, 134, but quite stable. It'll flatten a bit because a lot of the reservoir of future middle-class consumers, including part of Asia, including part of LAC, is being depleted or is getting slower, but then also these middle-class people will move up and use different services and buy different products. The other thing is obviously only 1 year where it got down. The total number went down in 2020, the COVID year. Fortunately, we saw a strong recovery 2021. But also remember, the world is adding 70 million people every year. So if you are zero, you actually go backwards, because then every extra person would be on that left side, on the poor side. So that's as context. But we have these numbers for not only every country, we have it for almost every county, we have it for 6,000 cities, and we can tell you how old these people are who enter the middle class and where they live.